evening, everyone. I'm going to share with you, which is an offshoot of what we received last Wednesday. So the title of my, we're going to share with you is Wisdom is Better Than Rubies. Last Wednesday in our intercessory prayer, we received a word from Proverbs 8:10-11. Remember that? It says, receive my instruction and not silver, and knowledge rather than choice gold. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things one may desire cannot be compared with her. I deem it necessary for us in our intercessory group to understand what we receive in our prayer. To be able to do that, we must read the passage in context. The book of Proverbs is context sensitive and is one of the three books in the Old Testament that is identified as the wisdom literature, along with the book of Ecclesiastes and Job. In a nutshell, we must read the first 9 chapters to be able to understand the word that we receive. So I'll just summarize it quickly. So there are 2 ladies here in this book from chapter 1 to 9, and the first lady's name is Lady Wisdom. Just an analogy, lady because it was her. So we're calling her Lady Wisdom, which represents God Himself. And her target audience are young Israelite men. So men, what attracts you to a woman? Men. What attracts you to a woman?
Beauty.
Beauty. Very good. And the second lady, because she's not alone, she has a competition, and the name is Lady Folly, which represents foolishness. Both women are luring him to meet his desires and fantasy. We move on to the later chapter of the end of chapter 9. Both ladies invite young men. So remember that? Both ladies invite young men. Lady Wisdom represents God, who wants to have fellowship and relationship that leads to life. While Lady Folly, on the other hand, invites young men to a secret and stolen meal that leads to death. So do you see the picture? Lady Wisdom, okay, wants to have fellowship, okay, and leads him to what? To life, whereas Lady Folly leads him to death. Okay. Now the word that we receive in chapter 8, 1 to 12, I just want to read it again because that's the context of where we got the verse from 8, 1 to 12. And I'll read it to you quickly. Does not wisdom cry out? Understanding lift up her voice? She takes her stand on the top of the high hill beside the way where the path meets. She cries out by the gates at the entry of the city, at the entrance of the doors. To you, O men, I call, and my voice is the sons of men. Oh, you simple ones, understand prudence, and you fools, be understanding. Listen, for I will speak excellent things from the opening of my lips. With my lips will come right things. For my mouth will speak truth. Wickedness is an abomination to my lips. All the words of my mouth are righteous, nothing crooked or perverse in them. They are all plain to him who understands, and right to those who find knowledge. And this is the word that we receive. Receive my instruction and not silver, and knowledge rather than choice gold. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may desire cannot be compared with her. I, wisdom, deal with prudence and find out knowledge and discretion. So that's the passage that we read. Wisdom in Hebrew is chokmah. Has nothing to do with IQ, cleverness, skill, or age. Rather, it's a matter of orientation with God, our bearing with God, our stature with God, which enables us to please God. Being wise is not learning a lot of sayings. It is a relationship with God. Wisdom is the ability to make godly choices in life. We achieve this by applying God's truth in your life. Meaning, our choices in life is godly. Like being here in the intercessory group is godly. It is birthed from biblical wisdom through knowing God. That's why we're here, right? We know the truth. We have to be praying. We have to be interceding. My coming here every Wednesday has built my prayer life. My connection with God and fulfilling, knowing God is moving on our behalf. And we see that. When I asked you 2 weeks ago, are we having our devotion regularly, which was emphasized by our pastor beginning of the year? Have our regular devotion. This is the key to be wise in our prayer intercession. James 1:5-6 says, if anyone lacks wisdom, let him ask God, who gives to all liberally without reproach, and it will be given unto him. But let him ask in faith, with no doubting, for he who doubts is like a wave seen tossed to and fro. So it's our devotion. And what kind of wisdom is demanded of us? There are 2 types of wisdom, okay? One that comes not from God is envious, self-seeking, and lie against the truth. This wisdom does not descend from God. But the wisdom that comes from God is what we are looking for. First is pure, peaceable, gentle, willing to yield, full of mercy, good fruits without partiality and without hypocrisy. Now the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace to those who make peace. That's in James 3:3. Now what is the significance of this for us? It is significant in our relation to God because it gives us a pathway to truth and wisdom. We are able to make godly choice in our everyday life. We're able to pray godly prayers. And what's the significance for me? The more I have fellowship with God and gain wisdom from Him, gives me the confidence that I can do whatever God wants me to do. So, I'd just like to encourage you, build our relationship with God, because that's where wisdom starts, a relationship, so that we have godly choices. Any questions? Questions? So what did we pick up?
Wisdom is better than
Yeah. And how do we get wisdom? I'm the one asking questions now.
having a relationship with God, like having a devotion, regular devotion.
Mhm. Okay. Any more?
Anak ko, Tek.
Yeah. Question?
So, I forgot if you mentioned how it can be. I think you answered it already by doing by our relationship with God and
Yeah.
doing our daily devotion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Any more? Ate Shirley, do you have any question?
I've heard that wisdom is, it doesn't, it comes from God, but it doesn't come from your skills or knowledge or, but you draw wisdom from God. Is that?
Yeah. Okay. So it's not about our skill, it's not about our eloquency, but it's our relationship with God. Okay, so I'd just like to encourage you that what we receive, I believe all the words that we receive from God in our intercessory prayer, we should always be on the cutting edge, because that's where that's why our devotion is really important. That's why I asked you that before, and even pastors encouraging us to have that personal devotion every day, because that's where wisdom starts. Okay, thank you, and God bless you.